Hello, supporters. I would just like to say thank you so much for helping me to be able to go on this trip. It was very eye-opening, delightful, and it was just really fun. And I would just like to say thank you so much for all the donations and everything to help me go on this trip. Thank you for praying for me and my team for this trip because it all went really well. And I would just like to say I have now found out how mission trips go. The reason why it was important for me to take this opportunity was because, I really am appreciated that I was able to get this opportunity because now I know what others live like. There is, for instance, this family who lives on literally like dirt, and they have 3 to 2 whole families that are living all together in that one house, which is just brick wall and just dirt on the ground. I felt so bad, and it really just showed me that I'm very blessed. So now when I want something, just imagine what that Haitian family would feel. They don't want it, they need it. So that really humbled me in this experience, and I'm really appreciated for it. So the island was very, tropical. They had a lot of fruits and veggies. They're known for fruits and veggies. I was able to try dragon fruit, star fruit from a tree in the jungle. And it was really good, and it just shows you that you can survive off of fruit and veggies. And the island was just like so pretty. The green leaves were just nice and green. There wasn't really any dead leaves. It was just so pretty to see all these green trees and leaves. Part of the other island was the Caribbean Sea. The Caribbean Sea is just very beautiful blue. It's not just one color blue, it's many blues. It's like a very nice dark blue out in the middle to a very light blue on the very edge of the sides. It's just so pretty. And I went out there one day, and it was the beach day for our team to enjoy being through this mission trip. And when I went out there, I started talking to the Lord, and it was just one of the best memories I've ever had, was talking to the Lord through the nice, beautiful blue water, and it just brought me a lot of joy. The mission team I went with was, for one, Pastor Jason was a former NLCC senior pastor, but then now he got a job at the Open Door for the campus pastor, and he offered me to go with him on this trip. And the people that came with us were part of the Open Door at his new church. These people were awesome. They were the best, and there was really no fights, and that's just something that I needed. And it was really nice to just have the right people around us, and these people were very nice, very they were very open to talking. They wanted the best for one another, and that was just showed something on why we were able to succeed at telling people about Jesus. One of these people that I went with is someone who is a missionary. His name is JD. He was a missionary he lived in Africa, and then he became a missionary in Africa, and he sees way difference in every part of the world, and it was just so awesome to hear from him all the stuff that he told me that he's learned as being a missionary.
What were the people like?
The people were very nice. In Arizona, when you try to say hi to someone, they can give you a little dirty eye, or they'll just be scared to say hi to you. Over here, when you say hi to people, they're just the nicest thing ever. Even when they look like they're mean or upset, and you say hi to them, they just out of nowhere get a smile when you say hi. And that just brought me so much joy from seeing that from people in the Dominican Republic, is that these people will always not be so afraid to say hi. And so another thing with the people is that they all love to learn different things. Like for instance, there was this kid who had a little basketball hoop. He hanged it on the tree, but he made a basketball out of trash, and it dribbled like a basketball, he shot it like a basketball, and they just had the most fun that I've seen a kid really have. So what we did, starting with day one, we went to this basketball court, and for some reason, these basketball players, they don't like throwing away their trash in garbage cans. So what they do is they throw it under the bleachers, which is why we helped and cleaned it all up, and the basketball players chose to help us too, which was really cool. And we threw it all away in the garbage can, and now we've taught the basketball players to use the garbage can. So that was something that was really nice that Jesus was able to help us to do for this community in the Dominican Republic. Another thing that we kept doing was we went to families and made sure that they were all okay and that they were good with connecting to God. And you know, it was just really cool to see a smile on these people's face when we told them about Jesus. It was really cool. And the other days we had our own testimonies with Jesus as our team. And you know, it was just really fun with all the kids. They were all very nice, very cool, and it was really nice to teach them a lot of sports too. I gave my own testimony too to the kids, meaning like telling them how Jesus came into my life. And you know, it was really nice to do that. It made me feel very happy that I was able to say what he wanted me to say to all these kids. Even some kids were like, very like, wow, I'm very happy you told me that. And so it was very cool, and every one of our team members gave their own testimony, and it really brought some kids to the Lord. One of my favorite memories was, and this is my favorite memory. So before, we would just go to families, just these people in the Dominican Republic, and we would just try to make sure that they are just like, you know, they're very connected to God. We tried our best to see how they're doing. And you know, we went to this one family. It was called the Haitian family. This Haitian family didn't have that much. It was like 3 to 2 whole families put into one house with dirt all on the ground and brick wall all everywhere. That's all they had, was stone and brick around them with dirt as their floor. As us, we have tile, they have dirt, and there's 3 whole families here. And I just loved how when we saw that, we just felt the joy to go and grab a bunch of groceries for this family and give it to the dad. And the best part about it was when we gave it to the dad, he asked, can I please share these groceries with the community around me? And we were trying to let him know that this is just for him and his family. But the thing is, that just is the thing that brings me joy. The dad, even with all the kids he asked if he could share it with the people around him, not just his family. And so that was my favorite memory. But another one with the dad from the Haitian family. We all gathered hands. We all tried our best to pray. We prayed over their house and prayed that they will be blessed with Jesus. And for the first time, we were all praying, right? And then all of a sudden, for the first time, the kids even quieted down, and their dad prayed for the very first time in his life, I believe. And that right there just shows Jesus working through us. And I'm very happy and very appreciated for everything that I was able to do there because of all you supporters. Jesus taught me to not be afraid. Do not be afraid, for I'm with you wherever you go. That is the necklace that my mom got me. And it, brought so much joy to me. But before, I didn't really take it so seriously. And I really feel ashamed that I did, but I shouldn't feel ashamed because I have Jesus. And that's something that I also learned over this trip, was when you have Jesus, there's no reason to feel ashamed. You can always ask him for forgiveness of your sins, and that's all you need to do. So that's something that Jesus taught me, was to not be afraid and to do what he would like you to do for his life. He all has a plans for us. We shouldn't have our own plan. Jesus has the plan for us. And that's something that I've learned. The thing that the people have taught me was we are all family. There's no reason to be nervous. There's no reason to be so, but I want that from a person. We're all family. We can all be nice to each other. We just all got to come together and just talk about Jesus. And it just brings so much joy when you have a whole group talking about Jesus and just praising him. When we would sing at church, I heard so much noise because it was just awesome. Even at the church, when we came down to the very last song, they said this song is for all of you guys to go say hi to each other. So what did people do? They got up off their seats and said hi to everyone. It brought so much joy to my heart because, that just shows how well of a community these people are. So the reason why this is a really good experience for teenagers and people is because you think you have something when really you don't. You don't have what these people have. These people do not have anything that's really as good as our stuff. And that just goes to show you are very blessed. And I just think that the more teenagers who see this, the more they'll just become better. I'm even more why am I such a jerk to my brother all the time? These families aren't really jerks to each other. They're all more connected to each other, even with the bad stuff that they have. That's just it touches my heart, and I hope that whoever teenagers, whatever people go on these trips will just understand you are very blessed. There's no reason to need something or want something and push forward for it. It's only if God wants it for you. And that's something that I really just learned. And it was just really cool because now I feel way more happy that I live because of this trip. And I would just like to give all you supporters just thank you so much for everything that you gave for me to go on this trip. Because I wouldn't be the person that I am right now if it wasn't for you guys.